Our sell-through is off the highs in the beginning of the year, but it's still very solid. In fact, sell-through has increased 70% since pre-pandemic. The gaming platforms are being used. Our gaming PCs are being used for influencers, people sharing content, creating content, vloggers, VTubers. There's all kinds of new ways of engaging and spending time with video games. And our strategy is to reduce the sell-in this quarter, next quarter, to let channel inventory correct. And so our first strategy is to reduce sell-in the next couple of quarters to correct channel inventory. We've also instituted programs to price position our current products to prepare for next generation products. And it remains the best GPUs in the world, and it will be very successful for some time. However, we do have exciting new next generation coming, and it's going to be layered on top of that. And so we've done two things. We've reduced sell-in to let channel inventory correct, and we've implemented programs with our partners to price position the products in the channel in preparation for our next generation.
Your final question will come from the line of Ross Seymour with Deutsche Bank. Your line is open.
Hey guys, thanks for letting me ask a question. I did have a longer term question about once your gaming business normalizes, with the absence of crypto in a general sense and with the merge coming, etc., how do you view the pricing environment? I know you guys really weren't raising prices like we saw in the MSRP premiums in the aftermarket, but generally your mix was quite rich over the last year or two. You're going to have Lovelace coming in that'll obviously help the mix sequentially versus those last couple quarters. But how do you think about it normalizing if that $2.5 billion per quarter sell-through rate comes? Is the ASP mix across your stack about the same, or does it go down because of the absence of that crypto tightening dynamic?
I would say that without crypto dynamic, the mix would go down. However, the overall trend long term, ASP is drifting up. And the way to think about that is a game console. My first game console was $99. Lately, game consoles are selling for about $599, and so it should be something along the lines of $500 or so, roughly at this time. We also have GeForce in the cloud, and because GeForce in the cloud is hosting many gamers simultaneously, it tends to want to be a much more powerful GeForce, and so our cloud gaming GeForce tends to be, our cloud gaming graphics tends to be much higher end. And then of course there's a design aspect of it. Most designers and most creators are able to use GeForce these days.
Thank you. I will now turn the call back over to Jensen for closing remarks.
Thanks, everyone. Navigating our supply chain transitions in a challenging macro environment. In gaming, our partners and ecosystem are responding to a sudden slowdown in consumer demand and correcting channel inventory. Still, the fundamentals of gaming are strong. We'll get through this over the next few months and go into next year with our new architecture. I look forward to telling you more about it at GTC next month.
This concludes today's conference call. You may now disconnect.
Jensen Huang, the leather jacket of a man, he's going to manipulate the market of GPUs as he sees fit. It's going to cause a whole lot of drama within the GPU space. And depending on your consumption with independent content, they can tell you, buy this now, wait for the specs to be full and transparent, or you're just gonna have to wait and see. Once again, hold off on GPU buying. I can personally tell you right now, you can just sit back and relax and see where the drama unfolds. This is going to be the end of the third quarter, which is going to be a very interesting turn of events for NVIDIA, since they're in trouble when the Ethereum mining crash already happened and the proof of stake is already there. The merge is complete. you're going to see a whole entire flood of GPUs circling throughout the globe. We don't know which type of GPUs were effective with the mining operations, so we need to still stay vigilant. And depending on the media independent coverage that you have seen, that you may have watched on your own, they may tell you, get ready to burn a hole in your wallet, or just still hold off. Don't buy from NVIDIA at all. As we navigate this dramatic change and of business relations with one particular company, let's go ahead and dive in. Once again, you may have seen this already, but we're going to get right to it anyway. At the time of writing, EVGA has decided to cease all graphics card operations and sales from NVIDIA due to a principal decision. On the EVGA website, there is no trace of information regarding CEO's Andrew Han on the decision he has made for the company. However, due to a secret meeting, JayzTwoCents and GamersNexus were part of that secret meeting to inform the tech community on how to move forward after this decision, what the future will bring for EVGA, how did Andrew Han came to a decision that is truly based off of the matter of respect, which NVIDIA gave none. Any consumer that has purchased an EVGA 3090 Ti, for example, prior to this business separation, EVGA will still honor its warranties, the customer service it will provide, hold any other GPUs in stock on their end for replacements and RMAs, and be fairly treated. Also, the company on the US soil will keep their employees working and find other projects and tasks for them to do. EVGA is now going to rely on the power supply market, which makes 20% of the revenue. If they do manage to develop and sell new types of SFX power supplies, then it should be an interesting turn of events should EVGA somehow manages to make 1000 watt versions of gold and or platinum to anticipate the global demand. For more details, check out the recommended videos in the video description. To EVGA CEO Andrew Han, good luck with your decision. I hope that you're responsible, yet your decision based on principle to see family is more of a noble one, rather than delving with like the mistreatment that NVIDIA has given you. So go ahead and take your time, take care of your family as well as your employees, which is the most safe route to go for. Don't even bother with NVIDIA's heinous and predatory treatment to business partners. Now you can get to see what drama Asus, MSI, and Gigabyte can unfold here in the United States. While the other companies, Colorful, P and Y, Yeston, which is the aesthetically waifu perfumish type of graphics cards you might see, and the other companies as well that you may mention, will show up around the Chinese market. You best be fully aware of that competition, because NVIDIA really likes to compete with their own AI beasts, which doesn't make sense at all. So if they undercut you, that makes it worse for their own partners as well. So it's a good decision that you made. Find within you and the company that if you're willing to take a challenge in 1 to 2 years from now, just have a backup plan ready so you can anticipate what your next move will be. We'll stray away from NVIDIA for now, and we can talk about the other two major companies that are coming up. Intel is attempting to enter the chat with AMD and, NVIDIA, putting their Arc Alchemist GPUs in competition with the mid-range counterparts. For starters, if Intel were to be considered competition, the A-series desktop series charts should help navigate to a consumer the ideal GPU to buy before making a decision. To compete with Team Green and Team Red, Team Blue can give a soft showcase of one particular product capable of 1440 gaming. A recent video from MKBHD shows a PC build with a featured Intel Arc A770 limited edition with a Core i9-12900K, making it a world's first all Intel build. One minor detail missing is how much the gigabyte buffer is in that limited edition. Whether it would be the 8GB or the 16GB variant is anyone's guess. Also, Intel needs to be careful on how specific their nomenclature of graphics cards must be in order to not mislead the enthusiast community just a tad bit. The release date and the pricing for the Arc GPUs remain to be seen, yet soon to be announced. I'm a little impressed where Intel has gone so far already, given that they have shown one video thanks to MKBHD. So if this run continues, we can't wait for Battle Mage, but we'll focus things one by one here. It's cool to see the Alchemist lineup of GPUs is in a game, but we can't wait for Battle Mage to come out, which is the next line after Alchemist. If Battle Mage shows up, that should be like the higher end of the GPU spec of GPUs. So we'll go ahead and wait for those details. But for now, let's go ahead and continue on. An interesting way to study before buying a consumer laptop before upgrading is AMD's nomenclature of CPUs in the mobile space. After AMD's Ryzen 7000 series announcement, Gordon Ma-Ung from PC World and Steve Burke from GamersNexus were having so much fun discussing and putting together odd combos of the Ryzen nomenclature of mobile notebooks using a decoding wheel. In the next 2 years, it would be interesting to see if next generation CPUs moving forward may have some sort of awkward backwards technology leftover combination somehow implemented depending on a laptop. So I have with me the Zephyrus G14 of 2021. So in 2021, this model specifically has the Ryzen 9 5900HS. So to me, I can understand how each one is specifically named for the AMD nomenclature. It's going to be very awkwardly interesting to have a laptop that will exist as a Ryzen 1 9155HS or something, which is going to be so awkward, but we'll try it again. We'll have a Ryzen 7 7750HX, somewhere around those lines. But you will get the idea if you think you can use your brain to find some wacky nomenclature of laptop spaces that I don't know if AMD is intending to use the leftover technology to implement the older laptops, but in a specific form of a fashion where it could save you some power while working or gaming on the go, but we have no idea what AMD is intending to do. But we can go ahead and say that in order to get the name scheme correctly, just look at your laptop if you actually have one of the sample that I just showed. As soon as the NVIDIA's GTC presentation was made, AMD has yet to deliver its announcement of another announcement. Thanks to Scott Herkelman, the RDNA 3 architecture is coming Thursday, November the 3rd. So mark your calendars and be ready for yet another launch date on potentially 3 GPUs from the Radeon RX 7000 series. However this announcement presents itself, AMD should be able to deliver an awakening blow to any competition considering how many consumers are consciously going to buy an upgrade to each their own rigs. So AMD has yet to announce the last hurrah of 2022, and we haven't heard anything aside from the teaser that Lisa Su has given us of the RDNA 3 architecture. So if Ryzen 7000 series is going to be as great and as close, or even hopefully surpassing the numbers of the 4090, we can safely say that competition between AMD and NVIDIA will not be so stale. If Intel is gonna still jump later in the game to compete with 4K gaming, I believe that Intel can give themselves a chance to be the third wheel of this competition of GPUs, so to speak. So we have yet to imagine a whole lot still. We should not get ahead of ourselves. Latest gaming news shows that the Assassin's Creed franchise is back in the mix with the newly released trailer Assassin's Creed Mirage. Like most high-quality AAA titles, the release date is next year. Yes, we know. It is no surprise for Ubisoft to put the Assassin's Creed franchise on the radar, given that it is their 15th anniversary. When also, the real surprise comes with a showcase. With Mirage, the video finally addresses the loophole for the Valhalla chapter. With the franchise enriched in history as a catalyst for gameplay, Ubisoft decided to put the Assassin's Creed games going mobile with the various codenames. History is going to be the most important component in the franchise to keep the series interesting so that longtime veterans and newcomers experience the immersion of the places that each assassin has been to. My Assassin's Creed profile has been finishing Assassin's Creed 3, Black Flag, Unity, Syndicate, though I have not finished Origins nor Valhalla, and I decided to skip Odyssey since I figured that the gameplay mechanics were changing as the Assassin's Creed transitioned from a very mundane play style to a very difficult yet challenging play style. The gameplay mechanics transitioned so drastically from the 3 era to all the way in Origins. So Ubisoft is finally stepping up to the game, and they're finally giving us so much Assassin's Creed content that even I had no idea that this was going on. Thankfully, Ubisoft has finally responded to all the Assassin's Creed fans out there, so make sure you go ahead and check out that video and their content on the website should you come across and have the time available on your hands to view it. So that's it for some news on my part. I know the longest intro was around 4 minutes because we need to pay attention to how much awareness we need to give ourselves, given that NVIDIA is trying to threaten us to buy, or well, not really threaten, but like begging us to buy the new latest and greatest product, the 4090. But for some guys like me, I don't think the 4090 has enough details to show me that I want to buy it. It doesn't sell it to me at all. So sorry, I'm not going to be affected, and I intend not to buy the 4090 unless they give me a specific reason to fit in my AM4 motherboard. So you got to cross me off the list, NVIDIA. So I'm going to stay off of that. I'm not going to even buy Ampere at all either. If you somehow swing my vote to buy something from you, by all means try, because it's not going to work on me. But for some of the consumers that want to consider ADA for their next upgrade, they are definitely going to think twice this time. So they're going to be fully aware, given that how many of the YouTube independent content is already out there for you to track. Best of luck, NVIDIA, for seeing all the mixed press that you're feeling already. And I'm just a small dude. Finding this news now. For me, all I've been doing is just like buying a upgrade replacement for upgrading my rig one by one per 2 months. So I don't see the reason why I should rush in upgrading. So we can go ahead and enjoy this drama. And for those people who are out there that are looking for a GPU, please wait. Ada Lovelace's architecture is amazing, yet we're already scratching the surface of what we have seen in a GTC presentation, but it doesn't seem to me that they're not giving enough details. So for those who have a deeper pocket now, wait on it. You can spend something else for the time being. Try to find something that you can hopefully support EVGA with, maybe with a better power supply if you think your power supply may not be good enough. But you're gonna have to still wait until all details from AMD and Intel come first, and then finally NVIDIA if they decide to show up, apparently, with all the details that we're supposed to know. And to those AIBs out there, good luck dealing with NVIDIA's BS of the treatment that they're giving you. They may mean well, but you're gonna have to watch their behavior. I pray that there should be no drama in the tech industry, especially if we're fully aware of what's going on from NVIDIA, and the consumers that are out in this world are paying attention to their vague transparency of your plan to hopefully sell your products. So we're still going to hold on, and we're just going to wait until 2023. Someone like me is going to still wait for CES 2023, and we're going to wait for those announcements. So who knows? For those who are in school, whether you're in college or high school, save your money. Don't get your parents mad. Hold off on your purchases for now, and we'll see if you choose to buy a GPU that will fit your needs. Not something that looks pretty cool to flex inside your room, which is not necessary at this point. My voice is kind of low because most of my family is sleeping. My arms are kind of sore. I had 2 shots, one for the influenza shot and the other the COVID-19 booster. In 2 weeks, I will receive the full effect of both doses. I'm saving my energy for like the next video that I want to make coming up. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
This concludes today's conference call. You may now disconnect.